Alright, Victorum gaming fans, SPQR fans, we are back. We are starting a new trilogy here on the scenarios for the game. We are starting with Imperial Rome here, or continuing with Imperial Rome, starting off with Salt the Earth. Their three scenarios are that, Dawn Assault, and Weather the Storm. So hope you guys stick with us. Again, we'll have this in 3 videos, and again, we're focusing on Salt the Earth here as the first one. So starting off, definitely a more unusual deployment here, one that we haven't seen a whole lot of, if at all, really, so far. So as usual, both players have the same denarii. Enemy player is going to be the defender, so they actually have quite a bit of territory to start with. And then the Roman player is the attacker. So the defender places 1 building for each unit in his warband in his deployment zone. He then deploys all his models. The Roman player moves all his units onto the table from his table edge the first turn, and then the Roman player will also get the first turn. So again, another one of those where the defender is going to put all their cards on the table, essentially, with a fair few amount of buildings. Obviously, that'll go up with the size of the game in most cases. And so that gives the Roman player plenty of information, because the defender won't even see where the Roman player's not deploying. They're just literally moving onto the board turn 1. So what the Roman player's got up their sleeve, or what they plan on doing, is going to be just complete guess until they actually move onto the board. And even then, that might not even be so much information. So the defender definitely has a lot of real estate, because that's over the halfway point there. As the defender, you might not want to put those buildings and all that up so close, just so you don't get assaulted all that fast from the Romans. So just something to keep in mind. On the special rules side, and yeah, the Romans will go first, of course, too, so that's why you don't want to maybe be up close. So what do we have here? The Roman player can burn the buildings the defending player has deployed by moving a unit into contact with them and performing 2 consecutive special actions. The buildings will be destroyed at the end of the subsequent turn. And then, let's see, the defending player can prevent a building burning down by moving a unit into contact with it, performing a single action, special action, and passing a bravery check to douse the flames. And then victory conditions. So the Roman player will claim victory if he can burn down half, rounding up, of the defending player's building. So, so really interesting mission, and not, not a kill 'em all mission at all here. That being said, obviously, if you can kill off some of the opposing force, your job's gonna be a little bit easier, whether you're lighting the fires or setting the fires. Again, yeah, so they will perform 2 consecutive special actions, and then the buildings will be destroyed at the end of the subsequent turn. So the way I read that is not the current turn, but the turn after. So that does give, of course, the defending player at least a little bit of time to try and put those things out. So that being said, it's a really interesting mission. So, if I'm the defender, I'm probably not maybe putting everything right close together, make the Romans spread out, or maybe things are a little bit closer together just so you don't have to travel as far and it's easier for you to defend. So there's lots of little interesting strategies that come into play there, depending on who you have and all that. There's no restrictions on who can light or set the fires, so having cavalry in some way, shape, or form will be useful for you, just to get around and work on either, again, lighting those fires as the Romans, or depending on who the defender is, you might have quite a bit of mobility in your army. So yeah, this will really be an interesting scenario. Both players will certainly bring certain things. The Romans obviously are very straightforward. They're just going to punch you in the face with legionaries, and then all their other options that they get, especially with this Imperial Roman list, all the things they have access to. Check out our review video if you haven't really spent much time with Imperial Rome. So they're definitely going to bring the fight to you. That being said, depending on who that defender is, that could be not just, again, with where that you put your buildings and all that, but there's just so many interesting possible matchups with that. Whether you got more of a horde army like Gauls or Celts or Brits or something like that, where it's going to be maybe a little bit tough for the Romans to just chew through the numbers to get to the buildings in the first place. But on the other hand, if it's more like a smaller elite army, they might not be able to get and defend all their buildings either. So yeah, this is a really interesting scenario, and I like, again, that it's pretty clear cut. So the Roman player, again, will win if they can burn down half, rounding up, of the defending player's buildings. That being said, again, I do wish that more of these scenarios would put some sort of turn limit on there, because again, eventually attrition might catch up with one side or the other. So there should be Ideally, some sort of hard limit on this. But overall, great scenario, great thing to start off with for the Romans. So definitely a fun one. And even if you don't have Romans, this would just be a fun one to set up between any two armies, really. So this one, again, is Salt the Earth. And this is the first of the Imperial Roman scenarios for SPQR. Hope you guys enjoyed our little video. Give us a like and a comment if you've tried this and what your experience has been so far. Subscribe if you haven't already. And I hope you guys have a great day. And we'll see you in the next one.